Chapter 5, Mishnah 2. The previous Mishnah ended with a case where a person sanctified the fetus of a pregnant chatas either as an olah or as a shlamim, depending on whether it turns out to be a male or female. And in the end, the animal gave birth to twins, one a male and the other a female. The Mishnah now teaches what should be done in a case where he made such a stipulation and it gave birth to twins, both of which were males or both females. This Mishnah discusses a case where the pregnant animal is chulin and not a chatas, as in the previous Mishnah. The owner had an obligation to bring an olah and a shlamim, and to fulfill that obligation, he said about a pregnant chulin animal he owned, what is in the womb of this animal is hereby designated as an olah if it is a male, and as a shlamim if it is a female. If the animal gave birth to two males, one of them should be offered as an olah, and the second one should be sold to people who have an olah obligation, to use for their obligation. And the money received for it is chulin and permitted for ordinary use. The reason for this is that when the owner stated that a male fetus should be an olah, he intended to consecrate only one fetus as an olah, not two. But since there were actually two male fetuses, we do not know which one of them is his olah. Therefore, out of doubt, both newborns must be used as olos. However, since one of them is in fact not consecrated, the owner may sell that one to someone who needs an animal for an olah obligation. The money received for it is chulin, because one of the offspring was in fact not holy. Similarly, if the animal gave birth to two females, one of them should be offered as a shlamim, and the second one should be sold to people who have a shlamim obligation, to use for their obligation. And the money received for it is chulin. Here too the owner intended to consecrate only one fetus as the shlamim, and we do not know which one it is. Thus the owner therefore uses one of the newborn animals for his obligation, and sells the other one to someone who has the shlamim obligation. The money from the sale is chulin, because it was paid for the animal that is not the shlamim. The Mishnah now discusses a case where the animal gave birth, but it is not clear whether the newborn is a male or a female. If the animal gave birth to a tumtum, an animal whose private parts are covered by a thick membrane, or an androgynous, an animal that has both male and female organs, Rabban Shimon ben Gamliel says holiness does not take effect on them at all, because they are unfit to be offered as a korban.